took before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Freaky JT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down.
I said, shut up.
You can't make me. Welcome back, everybody, to Vigo's Court. Court is in session. I am your judge, Little Rugard. With me today is the excellent counselor, Poggy. And we've got another exciting game for you guys. Let's see what's on the docket, Poggy. Roll the docket.
On the what?
I'm trying a
docket?
new thing. I'm trying a new phrase, mixing it up.
Just wait a second, would you?
Uh-oh. Docket, where are you? Docket, save us. All right. In Week 4 matchups conference rounds, we have PGS going against D-Hop, and we're going to be playing on not Father Campbell's Chapel because that map is messed up. We're playing on the Coal Tower with 132 square meters, 8,448 meters squared, 6 hooks minimum, 11 hooks max, with 1 permagen in the Coal Tower.
This is why you're supposed to have the wiki open. I can't read that on that background.
I do have the wiki open. I was looking at the wiki.
Okay, all right, sure you were. Anyway, here are the stats for today. We have 2 team stats going against each other. Now, D-Hop has a pretty abysmal hook differential. They struggle, only getting a 9.3% escape and 40% of their gens done. It's pretty sad, actually. But maybe
noteworthy
they've improved
is that
a bit.
those stats aren't those stats also affected by the fact that they were not able to schedule a game last week and took a forfeit?
I think so. I'm pretty sure
that would
is
also
part of
explain
that.
a little bit.
But
still not great.
Still not ideal for sure. That's going to be like. These teams are not that close together. I don't think PGS is a pretty decent team. However, I'm excited to see if they've got their stuff together today. We'll see if they're able to play pretty well against PGS. And by the way, they're I think pretty much all here except for one. I'm waiting on a killer to show up. Yeah. Let's see about that in just a second. I just want to invite one more time.
PGS killing first, right? Because that's Gothergy or Ducky, right?
That is Gothergy, I think, but he actually left the party, and I'm not really sure where he'd gone to. But yeah, this is the squad right here, so you can see. And yeah, they're over there. I don't know what they're doing. They just seem to be staring at me. It's really kind of weird, actually. And I have a green thing in the top right corner. What the hell is that? Oh, there we go. Am I a blendette? No, wait. Okay, I'm not on this team, just so we're clear.
Okay, there we go.
That's better, yeah. Everybody always gets confused by that. Like, wait, Poggy's playing on this? No, I'm not. I don't play on the teams. But as a matter of interest, you and I are both going to be streaming after this stream today on our own channels.
True.
And so you can check those out. !Ru, !Poggy in the chat to get our links there. You can go check us out after. But we're going to be enjoying this stream today. Right, Ru?
Yeah, streaming for live. I got nothing better to do with my life. Let's stream all the time. I'm down.
We're going to be doing some goofy Swift games. Lots of Dead by Daylight. Lots.
Delicious Dead by Daylight.
So
I'm just hoping my stream works after this.
Well, that is a concern, yeah, because I actually kind of broke everything on Ru's setup. Sorry about that, Ru. You just have to live
fine.
With it.
Everything's fine.
Everything's gonna be okay. So we have C-Dills, Young Flex, Ash Black 85, Daytara 101, and Gothergy playing the killer role. And that is our team today. Is Gothorgy not hosting? No, I don't think he can because he's in the UK and it's a ping issue where the killer's ping is too high, so they let the survivors host in this case. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Young flex.
Anyway.
That's a weird flex.
Give us a segue, Rue.
A segue? A segue to the rules, you mean? All right. Let's roll the rules video.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here watching Week 4 matchup, the conference rivals Pretty Good Squad versus D-Hop. We're going to be getting into the game in just a moment. We're still waiting on the load screen. It's just about loaded, I think. Yeah, here we go. So we're in now. Let's take a look at what this killer is, or these survivors are. So we got Ash Black here starting, and we got a Plague. I haven't seen a lot of Plague this season at all, really. I don't think we've seen Plague one time, have we?
We have.
Ooh,
once.
what was that?
I believe it was Object of Depression versus CDM.
Somebody, Lesbian Love, subscribing at tier 1 for 3 months. Thank you so much. And you're on a 2-month streak. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that, the support. So we do immediately see here that the Plague is just kind of vomiting on stuff. Very smart to just get all those gens covered. Now, checking inside of lockers to see if there's survivors nearby. Not probably a bad strategy this early in the game. Get a little feedback, see if they're hanging out in lockers. But no, he does find some scratch marks, and the first person he's going to run across is going to be, I believe that was Ash. Well, wait, no. That wasn't Ash. Who's that?
Young Flex.
What? Young Flex, thank you. That's a Nia?
No, I'm sorry.
Really?
That's Datara. That's Kate. I'm sorry. Datara.
That's a Kate. Okay. Chasing Kate currently around a pallet. Pallet is not going to go down. Instead, she jumps through the window. Not bad. She gets away from the killer, but she does get vomited on. Datara going to take some pukesicles. And now running away from the killer, as we saw Gothorgy opening the door, and then, ooh, they finished the gen upstairs, and he is probably a little frustrated by that one generator getting done as these survivors are now in chase. We see Ash Black running away from Gothorgy outside the coal tower, working his way towards his first pallet. Not looking behind him, though, making me a little bit nervous. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. He's going to get out completely, not even going to get chased. He got abandoned. So I think what the strategy is that he just wants to get everybody covered in as much vomit as possible because they are all now injured and broken. And we do see C-Dills going down right inside the pallet. A little bit of a mind game from Gothorgy on that one. Unsafe pallet. Very nicely played. So that is what Gothorgy's strategy seems to be. He's not committing to chase just yet. He wanted to get all those people vomited on so that they can get completely broken for a bit and then stay injured, so now he can go chase them again and then go and collect his bounties. I've been playing way too much Red Dead. All right, now we get an unhook on C-Dills, who has been first hooked. And where is this killer? Gothorgy having a little bit of trouble right now finding people. 2 generators now finished, and he's working his way towards some of them. He does hear them coughing. Tries to go for that, but she doesn't go for the pallet. Lori instead going the other direction, and instead we're going to go back to the generator and kick it, I believe, probably using Pop Goes the Weasel. And he does know there's another survivor back here who is also broken. Ash Black going to be now in chase as well, working his way around one of these long walls. But I don't think he makes anywhere unless he's got a dead hard going to go down right there outside the long wall. And that'll be second hook for Gothorgy, but 2 gens still done. Are they going to get another one done? How are they doing?
Yeah,
so this one's at 25%.
Gens.
Yeah, this one's at 50% now. So they're not doing too bad on the gens at the moment.
Really aren't. They are...
Ooh.
Okay, Plague.
There we go. Okay, so we got the Plague back.
Well,
Plague now getting her Corrupt Purge. That may be very bad for these survivors. And, of course, 3 of them completely injured. All she has to do is hit them one time with that Corrupt Purge, and they're going to go down just like that. There we go. Nia on the ground. Young Flex going to be first. He's going to maintain that Corrupt Purge and go for another one. Going to use his Pop Goes the Weasel and see maybe about getting another survivor on the ground. He knows there was someone over here. I'm pretty sure it was the Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode, he does find her. He does get her down just with an M1, not even needing to use a Corrupt Purge on that one. Switching over to Ash Black again. He hears him going to the left, tries to bait that direction, and he does actually vault through the window. Hopping in a locker with Decisive Strike play, or maybe it's a bluff. Could be a bluff.
Oh.
And he does end up going down on the ground, and we're going to see Laurie Seedills now on second hook.
That was actually really smart to bait them out. Like, oh, you can get the stun if you come out of the locker. It's like, nope, I got you.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. And now he's got 2 people slugged on the ground. He's got a ton of pressure, but another generator still got done anyway. Daytara now completely healed up and plague purgeless. She doesn't have vomit anymore. I'll just put it that way. She cleansed. All right, so we're gonna get on another hook here. Nia gonna be on second hook, first hook for Nia. Young Flex on first hook. She was down a long time on the ground, slugged, and we also see Daytara going in for the unhook and the pickup on Ash Black. She gets the pickup. She does get injured, but she is healthy, so she did not go down on first hit. Obviously, Laurie Strode gonna be next. Is she gonna go down as well? With Borrowed Time, though, nice hit on the Borrowed Time. Going to get away very nicely. These survivors are making a decent recovery attempt. But given that they're all still very, very much injured, this could be problematic. As we see Ash Black going down, it's going to be on second hook if he gets picked up as well. And, of course, unless he has Decisive Strike, he is done for. And I don't think he has it anymore if he had it at all. So that's going to be it for him. He is going to be on second hook as well. And that's already now 5 hooks for Gothergy in trial number 1. And I believe he's going to be chasing Nia if he finds her. I'm pretty sure he saw some scratch marks for something, because he's certainly hanging around this area, but maybe still kind of hunting. And he does decide to abandon that area completely, instead going back towards these generators.
Good 3-gen setup if he wants it.
He does have a nice 3-gen setup. Yeah, I was just going to say that as well. He has a nice 3-gen. That Corrupt Purge not really able to strike it on that Nia, just barely out of reach. But she is still covered in vomit and maybe fully injured in just a little bit. Because there is a timer on that. Trying to figure out where Killer going. Okay, so she's over here. That was a good attempt at shooting it across over there, but it didn't quite reach. Very well done. And he's not going to get her down just yet. She's doing pretty good around this loop. Is she going to get to the safe loop? Is she going to drop the pellet? She does drop the pellet, and it somehow misses her. What the hell was that? And that misses too. Oh my goodness, that was insane. Why is that missing? That is so weird.
Desync, patch, anything.
It's like just barely off of her. It's so strange. Like the most unlucky vomiting I've ever seen.
It might be a combination of like we said, the ping is bad for them in the UK, so they have to play on different ping, and also just the desync issues with the like that.
Could be, yeah. Could very well be the case. And Gothergy does get the down on Seedills, and is going to not go for the hook immediately. Even though they're on death hook, he does want to try to get another down. And slug, I believe this is the Nia. But instead, he's not going to get the chase. He decides to abandon that. These are going to get another gen done. 4 generators going to be done here as they go for the pickup. 5 generators could be done if they finish this one before he gets the hook as well. As we see Ash Black going in to help complete it. And I think Daytara is getting ready for getting the exit gates open. They finish it in his face. He's going to run up the little hill here. Going to try to get Ash Black down. I think he may end up only with a 2K if he's not careful. Having a little bit of trouble. You can't really mind game these too well. And the reason is because obviously you can see the killer. So if you're paying any attention at all, it's very difficult to get mind gamed around there. And they do get the exit gates nearly open, working on both exit gates at the same time. Ash Black is maintaining that chase, but of course, Bob Boozle is going to make it impossible for him to get through that window and is going to go down and going to be on third hook. That's a pretty even score right there, and they do, of course, both leave out both exit gates as he's going to be on third hook, so there's no point in hanging around for that. And that is a GG's with a very tight score. PGS 13-15 currently might come down to blood points.
Yeah, this might straight up just be a tied game potentially. Like seven hooks is just a bit over your like halfway point. Man, what a way to start.
Well. That is something else. You guys, like, in the chat, you voted like 99% in favor of Pretty Good Squad. I bet y'all are regretting that. Let's see just how close this is with the blood point scores.
What happens if it's hung?
What happens if it's hung? Then we cancel the cancel it because there's no option for hung. I don't think it's going to be hung. I think D-Hop's going to come out just barely on top on this one. I mean, barely. Look at that. Look at that, guys. What is this score going to be? A score of 19-17 in favor of Pretty Good Squad. I mean, I'm sorry, in favor of D-Hop. Wow. Pretty Good Squad coming in just under 2 points. That is... Oof. I feel bad for everybody who picked the wrong team on that one. But we're going to do some post-game review. And we'll be
One more hook
right
would have tied it.
Back.
That's
One more
crazy.
hook would have tied it. Yes. Wow. Please wait, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Week 4 matchups. The conference rivals Pretty Good Squad versus D-Hop. And this is Vigo's Court. You are watching trial number 1 just now. This is what you just witnessed. What the figgity frack is that? Poggy, what did you do? Where's Poggy? Can somebody get that guy and have him fix this? Someone, please.
I'm gonna go get Sam and tell him what you did.
Don't you dare tell Sam. I told him I had this in the bag today, that I could handle the stream on my own, and I apparently cannot. Please hold. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna pretend we just started over. Week 4 matchup, conference rivals, Pretty Good Squad versus D. Yes, we're doing it again. So we saw how many generators get done. 5 generators got done, and it was a close game because only 2 people escaped with an absolutely magnificent 7 hooks, but 8 hooks would have tied this game. With 2 kills, not going to be quite enough for PGS, as we see D-Hop coming out 19-17 in trial number 1. And going into trial number 2, D-Hop, of course, is going to be leading the charge, which is actually really surprising to me. Rue, we have some highlights from this game. Can you walk us through some of these highlights? Would you be so kind as to do that?
I suppose I could, Poggy, since you asked so nicely.
I try.
Anyway,
I try to be nice.
Oh man, Survivors honestly they did really good doing. They did the gens despite the pressure the plague was exerting on them. You know, working through thanatophobia and everything really well. This I was genuinely not expecting. I was thinking when that last survivor went down, I thought they were going to be able to hold it out. Not having Ruin Undying is tough for killers now because you can try and protect these gens. Like they had a good 3-gen going, but that hill gen was constantly being worked on by one of the survivors. So good rotation on that part. We talked about it a bit last night that I feel like Plague, and I think Guilt even commented on it too, being somewhat of a, how would you say, I would argue like this is borderline throwaway killer in a lot of cases just because of how RNG based it really depends on where your first corrupt pool spawns. If it's like on the edge of the map, it's horrible for you because you have no 3-gen. But if it's a central location, it's absolutely amazing. And I think the biggest part was when she got the corrupt purge. They got that down on Nia. It was really good. I don't know because like it's the survivors also did just really good pulling out of the snowball because I thought it was going to go downhill because they were doing gens. They got a hook, they got pressure, and then they drank corrupt. I was like, wait, oh, this is the turning point. They hooked someone, they got corrupt purge, survive, like they got someone down. I thought the survivors were toast at that point, and they pulled back from it. So really, really well done on that part. Again, here, I'm not really sure why. No, this was the chase with the Nia that they had problems doing the corrupt purge. I don't know why the corrupt wasn't hitting. I've had trouble with that before too, where it looks like it's hitting the survivor and it does not register. I do not know why there's an issue with that.
That may actually have been what broke the game for Gothard. Like maybe he lost purely on the basis of that one hook that he could have gotten right there.
Yeah, like right here, it's like he's spitting into the open. Like, is that a desync issue? Like, what is going on? And then like right here, that should have hit. There's no reason that shouldn't have hit.
Maybe it just looks like that. I mean,
like,
that one too. Like, what is that? What is that?
I do not know, because I didn't even see a dead heart animation or anything. I do not know why that didn't hit, and that might have been the problem. Is that they should have gotten some downs like right there, because that would have been a continued snowball, and they didn't get it. I do not know what happened. So, oh man, bummer. I mean, that all said, I think Gothard did really, really well despite all those things. Just again, I'm not a fan of Plague in competitive with the like. Also, the fact that the current patch, like, okay, I should say, current patch being withheld, I'm still not a fan of Plague because, like we said, the RNG of the corrupted pool spawning. On top of the fact that in normal games, I have trouble getting her vomit to hit sometimes. So, just it's not ideal. I think there's, out of the killer roster, we got 21 killers to choose from. Plague's not one of the top ones I would pick. I'm not saying Plague isn't strong. Plague has like one of the most powerful abilities in the game. That vomit is obscenely strong with the corrupt purge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's so hit or miss right now. I'm just
wondering how you say it diplomatically, which is like, I think Gothard did as well as one would expect a killer to do with a player like that. There we go.
with a killer Plague like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think there's only so much you can do with Plague in a competitive environment, and I think they did well. I think this would have exceeded my expectations for Plague. And they honestly might have even done better if that corrupt purge had actually hit the Nia and downed them, because I don't understand how that didn't work, but you know.
Me neither.
It happens. It happens. And now we get to see Gothard survive. And
we do. And we're back into the waiting room. We are back in the waiting room, folks.
That is game changer on killer.
We have Goth's Princess, Gothard G, Pretty Good Fang, Mr. Beautiful, and a Game Changer 201. Yes. And of course, he's currently setting up the match as well. Game Changer is going to be the one hosting this one, who is setting it as, what is that? I was a friend too. He is setting it to the current map, which is of course Coal Tower. So we do see that. And I think they're all going to be rated up pretty soon. But in the meantime, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Anything on your mind about this game?
I don't know. I will say, out of anything, I thought the last game was very enjoyable. I don't think there was too many dull moments going on in the game, if we're being honest. Like, everything seemed to be happening all at once. From the very beginning, like, yeah, it was a little bit of a slow start with the beginning, you could argue, just because, you know, corrupting things with corrupt intervention, everything going on. But after that, the game just started, and there wasn't a dull moment. Plague was constantly on someone. Survivors were constantly juggling gens. Really well played game on both sides. Really well played. I think they only cleansed twice that entire match, too. And if I remember correctly, I think one of the times they cleansed was on the opposite side of the map. So the Plague had to leave her 3-gen to use the corrupt. So
I struggle a lot with Plague because I don't know when is the best time to cleanse and when not. And I as a survivor, as a killer, obviously Plague is not particularly complicated to play. I mean, challenging for sure, because her, like you said, the way she spits is a little weird, and definitely on pubs it's much easier than probably on comp. But yeah, I struggle as a survivor. I don't know when the best time to cleanse and when not to cleanse, and I suppose it just Might come down to how far along you are in generators and where the killer is, and you know whether or not you can get away easily. I don't know. It's tricky. Anyway, rules video segue. All right, everyone, we're gonna be looking at how the game works from the killer side. Now, killer points. Each survivor is worth a total of 6 points per survivor. First hook is 1 point, second is 2, and third is 3 points. Progressing is only 1 point. Killer bonus points. Every 5,000 blood points is 1 point. Getting to hatch first is also 1 point. A killer can only be used a total of 3 times in the season. Killers have a 150 millisecond ping limit. Also, should a reset occur, the killer and perks must remain the same. Bringing the wrong map is a forced reset, and minus 10 points. Bringing a killer a 4th time is 10 points off, and changing a build after is also 10 points. Not being on the roster is a 5 point and a reset. Okay, folks. Week 4 matchup, conference rivals. Pretty good squad versus D-Hop. They're now loaded in, and we're about to watch Game Changer on D-Hop killing against the pretty good squad. Pretty good squad? Sure, yeah. And let's see what they got. We brought a doctor. We see a good amount of doctor in the last couple of weeks, for sure.
I find that interesting.
Currently waiting around for... peeking to see who we can find. We see that there's a doctor. He's hopping into a locker to get away from that doctor's ability. And we actually had a doctor game yesterday on pubs, and Rue and I, and it was pretty funny because he charged his power, and then it missed us by like an inch. It was right on the edges of our feet. And I think I just saw a survivor through there. He does see them as well with the power. Gonna now chase the one who's outside of the killer shack, who went to the right. Definitely. That is, I believe, Goth's Princess, Nia. Hello? There we go. The game wasn't just letting me switch characters. So, chasing the Nia currently through one of the jungle gyms. Gonna drop the pallet early, perhaps. Yes, she does, and she gets the stun. Very well played by Nia. And waiting patiently for the doctor to make sure he kicks that before running. As he continues the chase, we also see, continuing the chase, that Doctor is trying to mind game. He maybe could have had her there, but respected the pallet. Maybe actually could have gotten a hit, but instead respects and then does get the hit on the second round. However, we also saw a totem drop. I don't know which totem it was. I wasn't looking at the Doctor's ability. It may have been Undying or Ruin or something. And he just whiffs it right at the TNL loop. Now, we saw the Hex Ruin drop. So he no longer has Hex Ruin. He did not have Undying to protect it. And he got 0 value out of that perk completely. A complete gamble, completely wasted in my opinion. But 4 generators remaining. They get one done as Nia continues to chase around the TNL loop. She goes off to the right, getting the Doctor a little bit turned around and confused. Is she going to get down? Yes, she does. The Doctor does a nice mind game, backing up towards the other side and gets her down right outside the TNL loop. Well played by Nia. Getting a lot of wasted time on the Doctor, though. Very, very good.
Exactly. I gotta say, that Nia took forever to down.
I mean, yeah, we got already another gen about to pop while he's just now getting his first hook. Woof. And they're going to be splitting up off this gen. 2 generators done. He gets the hit on Gothergy. And pretty good Fang going in for the unhook. He's going to continue the chase on Gothergy, committing to this chase. Gothergy does have a fake pallet here to worry about. Hopefully he is not confused by that. Maybe as already communicated by his team. Is he going to vault through here? No, he does not. He tries to go for the pallet. That pallet is fake, though. He doesn't know what to do. He goes down right by the tree. Doctor using that fake pallet very effectively.
I think that's the first time I've seen a fake pallet in competitive play actually wig out a survivor.
Me too. That is actually quite shocking. See what I did there?
How dare you?
I know. I know. I couldn't help myself. And currently, Fang looks to be going also to go to a generator, but not really a lot going on from the survivors. They're not working on gens. Doctor is currently chasing Goth's Princess again, who is back at another TNL loop. He's going to vault through the window. She goes around back to the L wall. Is she going to make it? No, she doesn't make it. Is the Doctor going to pick her up, or is he going to leave her on the ground in fear of Decisive Strike? No, he picks her up, and Decisive Strike is in play. She gets off the Doctor's shoulder and gets another extra distance. Well done by Goth's Princess, wasting tons of this Doctor's time in this game. 2 generators done so far. 2 hooks, though, as well. Gothergy went down a little bit too quick as a result of that broken pallet. And going to commit to Goth's Princess, who is going to drop this pallet early. She is on the wrong side of this pallet, though, but she gets to the killer shack, no problem.
I guess you could say that they shouldn't have tunneled the Nia. Sorry, I can't say that with a straight face.
Yeah, how dare this doctor attempt to tunnel? And she does drop that pallet early. Very well played. However, where's she going to go from here? There's really not a whole lot out here. She runs the other direction, giving the doctor a lot of extra distance. There's nowhere for her to go. She's going to go down very easy now. Second hook for Goth's Princess. Oof.
He's got someone death hook.
He does not. Well, he does now that Goth's Princess is hooked again, but not yet death hook.
Well,
but now she's on
that's the thing.
She's
on death hook, and he knows there's no DS on her.
Right. Right, yeah. And we do see another gen getting done. 3 generators to 3 hooks, but unfortunately, one of those hooks is on a 2 hooked survivor. So that is a big problem for these teams. They're going to want to protect her from getting downed, I think, off the hook. Gothology now in a chase again. He's going to be tunneling basically these 2 survivors. Instead of going for the 2 healthy ones, he's going to go for Gothology, who's already been hooked, and Goth's Princess again, probably, who is going to be on 3rd hook. Chasing around. Gothology maybe get a little turned around as he's trying to avoid getting the doctor's attention on the outside. Doctor goes all the way around the wall. Gothology vaults through. So does the doctor. And he is not going to drop any other pallets over here. I don't know if that pallet's been dropped or not. He does make it to another pallet, but he's not going to get to drop it. Doctor whiffing on his way to Gothology, but Gothology dead hards to the pallet. Really well played. Drops it and then goes down at the pallet, unfortunately, while vaulting. Dirty, filthy, tunneling doctor. How dare he? Absolutely disgusting. But another generator going to pop very soon. That'll be a 4th gen. Goth Princess already been unhooked. Trying to figure out where she is. She is healing off in a corner, which is probably ideal. She wants to reset and protect herself and probably try to stay out of the doctor's line of sight for the remainder of the game to avoid getting hooked again and death hooked. Doctor probably going to want to look for her, but how much time can you really commit to doing that? Oh, but he spots her over there, and he is going to go for her, I think.
What is Doctor doing?
And I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Oh, he's going back to the hook. He's going to try to get Gothology down, but Gothology was still in the animation, so he doesn't go down yet. And takes a borrowed time hit as well. Pretty good Fang. Going to try to protect a little bit. Ooh, but doesn't go for a body block play. Instead, Gothology going to go on his own to the TNL wall. Gothology vaults. No, he can't vault. The doctor got the hit on him, unfortunately, and gets the down as well. Does Gothology have something to protect himself like a decisive strike? Let's find out. There is a DS play, but he does get it. I thought he missed it for a second there, but that was just the lag on our end. He does actually get it. And does manage to get away as well. So that was both decisive strikes out of the game.
Imagine your luck as a killer eating both the decisive strikes in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, that really sucks. He does, however, find Nia again, and both of these players will be dead on hook if he gets either one of them down. But at what cost? 4 generators already done, a 5th one on the way.
I don't think he has a 3 gen at all. I think they split the gens.
And now exactly what we needed to do. We see Mr. Beautiful trying to take aggro from the doctor. Takes a free hit as well, which may entice the doctor to go for her instead of going for the other players who are injured and dead on hook, but he doesn't fall for it, instead leaving the Kate behind, trying to find one of the other players who he knows are injured and on death hook. Pretty good Fang, though, not feeling any reluctancy to finish that gen, is going to continue to pressure it, and it's at about 90% right now. And Gothology is perhaps in a bind here. This area, even though with this wall, is kind of a dead zone. That is not a vaultable pallet. But Kate is going to do it, and he has an adrenaline play as well.
Oh. Wow.
Fully healed now. Kate takes the free hit to protect Gothology, and Gothology gets out for free as well with the adrenaline.
Was that 1 adrenaline or 2 adrenalines?
That was 2. Goth's Princess also got an adrenaline play.
So they both had DS and they both had adrenaline. The doctor attacked the 2 most powerful survivors.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so
super smart. Super smart. 1 exit already getting open. Pretty good Fang working on hers as well. This could be a full 4-man escape from this squad.
Oh, man.
Doctor is trying to get hits on somebody. I didn't really see who it was, though. He seems a little bit lost and confused. I think that was Pretty Good Fang who was working on that exit gate. Pretty Good Fang not going to be able to get the exit gate open. Gothology going to be chasing back with Pretty Good Fang to maybe take a protection if she gets hit again. Of course, this will be her first hit if she gets hit. Let's see what happens. No, they're going to make it. Everybody's getting out. I'm pretty sure this is a full 4-man escape. Goth Princess hanging out somewhere nearby the other exit. Going to go for the exit gate on this side to try to get both points and maximize those exit gate points. And Gothology actually leaving the exit, going for a hatch play, I think.
They always try to maximize if they can.
Where is the hatch is the question now. She does take a hit while opening the gate, but is going to ultimately get out. Of course, very easy for that one to do. Now, where is the hatch? Does Gothology know, or is he still scouring for it?
I don't think they actually saw it. I haven't seen it this game.
It seems as though he's looking for it, which, I mean... He's going to want to do that quickly, because if he gets caught out somewhere bad, then yeah, okay, he's not going to continue looking for it. He's going to go ahead and get out. He doesn't want to risk getting downed and killed at the end.
Yeah, check the center of the map. That's safe.
Yeah. Doctor doesn't find the hatch either, so that is going to be GG's. 2 exit gates open, full 4-man escape. Really well done by a pretty good squad, and Game Changer not doing too bad as Doctor, but really struggled as he kind of focused down 2 specific survivors and didn't really get hooks on anyone else. I guess we'll see what the score looks like after this one, but I think Pretty Good Squad is going to come out ahead. Okay, so getting set up over here. Sorry about that, just 1 second. And we saw Distressing, Bamboozle, Infectious Fright, and Hex Ruin. And I actually would be curious on your thoughts on this build after we do our post-game review, which should be right about now. Okay, ladies and germs, Week 4 conference rivals Pretty Good Squad versus DaHop. And yeah, you've been watching Vigo Score. This is your trial number 2 post-game review, and here is what you witnessed. We saw all 5 generators getting done by this team. Very well played by Pretty Good Squad, with a full 4-man escape. Nobody getting out by hatch, though, but they did get both exit gates open. 4 hooks by the Doctor. Not great. Not an ideal game, unfortunately, with a 0K, obviously. And that is going to leave Pretty Good Squad 29-10 over DaHop in this game, which is a massive score difference. Massive, and puts Pretty Good Squad ahead in the lead into trial number 3 as they continue this game tonight. Let's see how they do on the next one, as they're going to continue surviving in game number 3 as well. Rue, take us through some of these highlights as we review this game.
What was the purple add-on that they had? I saw the high stress node or whatever the green add-on was. I'm trying to remember what the purple add-on was.
I'll take a look while you do the game review.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out the synergy of what they're trying to go for here, because don't get me wrong, I like Infectious Fright as a perk. I think it's kind of useless on Doctor, just because Doctor is a tracking killer. So you, honestly, I don't feel like you should be having too much trouble, tracking survivors as a Doctor, but I don't know. I think the purple add-on was Carter's Notes, which, yeah, so I'm down for that, because you're decreasing the static blast cooldown, which does pair well with taking Distressing. So you've got, a larger terror radius, and you're going to be able to blast survivors more frequently. So I can understand that. I like that. Honestly, I really disagree with the use of Bamboozle, because if you're Doctor, you should be able to, block them anyway. You should, they caught Gothology off really well. They kept Gothology in a corner from vaulting long enough to get the hit. So I think that was well played. It just, I don't think you need Bamboozle. I don't think Bamboozle really did much for them at all. Honestly, Doctor shouldn't have to use Bamboozle, in my opinion, with his basic ability.
Ruin either. Ruin was gone right away.
Ruin is a huge gamble to take on its own. I am not a proponent of bringing Ruin and Ruin alone at this point in the game. There's no reason for it. Undying Ruin, sure. Ruin by itself, no. Maybe even Ruin Haunted Grounds, I don't know. But yeah, not something I would take. I think you would have gotten better. You would have gotten at least more value out of Pop, because a couple times. Oh, Poggard High Five. Oh, I'm about to say we got to redeem it. Yes, thank you. Okay. There's well, there was that, and there was one key moment that I even mentioned it. He had Nia on second hook. He already ate the decisive. Kill her. You know that they can't protect her. Like, yes, Gothard does take protection hits, but no, just kill her. It was an easy kill, and I don't know why they didn't. That's my only thing.
It did kind of.
You know, I'm the one to talk about killing.
I'm muted.
Nia.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be muted. I also forgot to do a prediction. So let's do that really quick. Choose outcome. Pretty good squad won that one. We'll do the prediction. I'm so sorry. Sam is not here, so I'm doing a lot of this on my own right now. And I'm getting a little bit confuzzled. I'm getting a little confuzzled on some stuff, and I'm trying to do it. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna set up the prediction now before they actually start doing too much, and I'm gonna leave it at a very small, like 2-minute window, so you guys don't have much time. There you go. You got 2 minutes to do your predictions. Good luck with that. I am muted, yes. Sorry about that. I'm not anymore, though. And we're back in-game. We're here with a Clown. I'm not sure if Clown is a good choice right now. Clown is basically Doctor on steroids, though. But, I mean, here's what I'm going to say. After you bring a Doctor and it fails completely against Pretty Good Squad, do you really want to bring a possibly weaker killer? I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm starting to think maybe not. And we already see him getting in a chase with Mr. Beautiful. And the survivors, of course, working on a generator. 3 of them working on one generator, which may or may not be ideal. I'm not really so sure about that one. But they all get chased off the generator. However, ironically, for this game, no Hex Ruin to help out with the regression. Yeah, and Doctor is going to follow Fang upstairs. Go ahead.
This is going to be much more difficult for D-Hop survivors because they're already down right now. Like, right now, they need this killer to come back. And I don't know if Clown's going to do that.
Oh my god, they finished the gen in his freaking face like a bunch of toxic little douches, but they do it so well. Get the gen done. 4 gens remaining now. That was very well played by these survivors and are going to drop the pallet early. Now, that is a difference between Doctor and Clown, is that Clown's ability cannot prevent survivors from actually pulling pallets or something like that, so he can't actually do that, vault, through windows, etc. Doctor's ability would have prevented that.
Mm-hmm.
Gothard's taking another hit. He is going to get slowed down. May not actually make it to safety. He does dead hard forward. He's going to make it to that pallet, I think. Oh, the pallet's gone. I forgot that one was already used by Mr. Beautiful earlier in the game. Gothard, though, gets that extra distance and almost vaulted over.
What?
He was coughing.
What?
He was in the coughing animation. He was still in the coughing animation. And so it left him up for a moment. He had to finish coughing before he died.
Give me a second. Okay, I'm not dead now.
Hold on, I have to cough first before I die. That's weird. But anyway, Gothard now on first hook. Gonna be unhooked by Pretty Good Fang. And now chasing after Mr. Beautiful. Now, if I were this killer, I would be considering, hey, maybe they're bringing exactly the same build rotation, and Gothard and Goth's Princess may be the ones I don't want to chase and tunnel. Instead, maybe he wants to try to go for Mr. Beautiful and Pretty Good Fang. Let's see if he's able to do that. But these survivors are actually giving him a bit of a hard time. And he actually decides to abandon that chase, which, I mean, he's wasting quite a bit of time. We're seeing a bit of lag as well. And he does work his way upstairs after kicking the door, possibly going to kick this generator and kick the other door also. Now, another thing worth noting, a totem does go down. I won't tell you what totem it was, but there was also another thing to consider. He kicked a pallet, or he kicked the generator with no Pop Goes the Weasel. He has Pop Goes the Weasel in his build, but didn't use it. He got it too late. After the hook on Gothard. And now Gothard is unhooked and fully healed as well. Continuing the chase over to one of these jungle gyms. This killer is really struggling. Gothard going to drop the pallet early, does vault over, does get the Doctor to whiff on the pallet. Very nice. Doctor is going to, Clown is going to kick the pallet. I always get them confused. I don't know why I do that. It's something wrong with my brain. It's clearly. And Goth's Princess and them working on a generator together, and Fang working on her own as well. So these 2 generators could pop any minute. They both get chased off the generator with Goth's Princess taking a hit and Mr. Beautiful still hanging around by the gen, unfortunately, and it's going to probably take a free hit as well. Working our way kind of to a dead zone, but at the same time, just taking that free hit to get that extra distance, not a bad idea. And Gothagy working on a gen now, also trying to go back to one of those almost completed gens.
You know, I'd
Clown
say
seems
that
to be
Clown's
getting
kind of
turned around
struggling
now.
to get any pressure, but the
He
gens
is.
aren't really flying off the handle either.
No, they're not. He is sort of pressuring them, but I mean, he's pressuring them without Hex Ruin, which is interesting. Which in the last game, he didn't really pressure the gens, and he had Hex Ruin, but I mean, also, he lost it immediately. So I don't know. I am so confused right now as to what to say about this game for this Clown. I feel bad for him, actually. And he continues working around this cold tower, looking for these survivors, getting a little bit lost. As we see another generator here at about 90, 80%, something like that. He's going to kick it. Of course, it's just going to be on regular regression, so it's not going to go back very far. Somebody get this Clown some milk. I don't know what that means, but yeah, maybe a little bit of vitamin C or milk. Maybe a V8 or something. And pretty good Fang walking into some of the Clown's ability, but ultimately he's going to chase Mr. Beautiful down. He's gotten one hook this game with 3 gens done, which is going to be definitely risky for the remainder of this game for Clown. I keep wanting to call him Doctor. What is wrong with me? Somebody help me.
What is right with you?
Well, nothing really. But anyway, Mr. Beautiful getting stuck on a wall with lag, and apparently we might actually be losing the game. No, okay, we're back in. A lot of lag on this one. I don't know if it's Game Changer's host or what's going on with that, but Mr. Beautiful does go down inside the cold tower. Just barely able to get through the window, but does go down ultimately.
Is that a really fast pickup animation? Does he have fire up?
Let's see. No, he does not.
Okay.
He does have
it looked like it was a
Thanatophobia
quicker pickup animation. Oh, okay.
and Dying Light as well.
Oh, Dying Light? Why?
I don't know. We're going to have to talk about that. That's not... I mean, the build is not great. I could tell you the totem that was broken, too. Since it's broken, I'll tell you the totem that got broke was Huntress Lullaby.
Hey! I'm so confused.
I don't know. That is a very, very, very weird perk to bring. I don't understand that one. But Gothagy going to take a hit and work his way towards the back of the map. And, of course, he gets that adrenaline play once again as all 5 generators are now completed. Now, somebody in chat asked really quick, why is only one generator done? I think what we saw was that they split up on all the gens, spread around, and then just got them all worked up, but didn't finish any of them until, like, towards the end here. Like, we saw all these gens kind of complete within, a 2 or 3 minute window.
Yup.
Gothagy takes a hit. Pretty good Fang took a hit. And I think Mr. Beautiful is going to go for 1 exit gate. Goth Princess going for another. Please switch characters. Thank you. And Game Changer may not get anyone out once again. She's trying to body block, but can't get in front. I think Pretty Good Fang might go down here. Yes, she goes down. That might be the only down he actually gets, and maybe the only kill as well. He's going to leave her on the ground for the moment as he tries to get the other survivors to chase out, but is it going to work? No, he's going to go in for the hook. He does not bother to fully chase them out, which might have been the play to do. Gothagy does take his out. Goth's Princess also going to probably take her out. Mr. Beautiful as well is working on their own. So Nia is working on the other exit gate. Can I please switch characters? Thank you. And Mr. Beautiful. What are you doing, Mr. Beautiful? Are you going to go for an unhook play? Are you sure about this? Or what are you doing?
Hatch play.
Oh, you're going for a hatch play. Okay. Okay, I appreciate that for sure. So
Watch
essentially,
this Fang have deliverance.
That would be something, but I can assure you that she does not. That would have been cool though.
Okay,
that would have been the play right
so
there.
Sick.
That would have been nasty.
Why does the hook progression show 6? I didn't see any. Did both survivors get the second stage?
No. What do you mean?
Why does the hook progression on the side of your screen, it says 6 hooks?
Yeah, it does. Audience, can you confirm with their progression?
Those 2 survivors have left. You cannot get more hooks off that. Yeah, okay. That's why.
Oh, I see. Okay, because it's saying that's what's available. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
Pretty Good Fang, of course, does not want to try to 4%, I don't think, which, I mean, she probably could have. I'm not really sure why not go for the 4% at that point. The doctor was, fiddle. The clown was pretty far away, though, so at that point, it might have been a good idea. And, of course, now Mr. Beautiful loses the opportunity to get the hatch. Game Changer, living up to their name, changes the game at the end and takes the hatch kick, but Mr. Beautiful is going to get out anyway, so there's really not much they can do. And that's going to be GG's with...
That was both gates, right?
3-man escape on both gates, yes.
Yep.
That was...
Okay. Just checking.
2 big oof games for the killer on D-Hop in a row. Let me get some oofs in the chat.
What are those add-ons? I didn't see Cigar Box.
So here's the build. Hex, Huntress Lullaby, Thanatophobia, Pop Goes the Weasel, Dying Light, Cheap Gin Bottle, start with 2 extra bottles and increase the maximum carried by 2, and Ether 15%, which is, of course, increase the intoxicated effect duration. So that is what you saw there.
I'm not a fan of those, personally.
I'm not a fan either, and I don't even play Clown all that much. What's going on? When players leave, it pushes the hook counter. Yes, thank you, 1Z. I appreciate that. We were wondering about that. I'm not used to the hook counter yet either, so to be fair, it does kind of make sense, though. All right, guys. I think we're ready to do our post-game review. We'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Week 4 Conference Rivals. Pretty Good Squad versus D-Hop. And this is your trial number 3 post-game review. And this is 5 generators got done this round with an unfortunate 3 escape for that killer, but great for the Survivor Squad. Pretty Good Squad did fantastic. With 3 hooks for the killer, not great either. And of course, only 2 progressions on 1 killer and a 1K, on 1 survivor and a 1K. And that is what we witnessed there with 23-9 in favor of Pretty Good Squad in this game. Another blowout for Pretty Good Squad, doing fantastic as they lead into trial number 4. We're going to look at some post-game highlights and then go into trial number 4 in just a few minutes. Please, Rue, take us through these highlights.
So someone in chat said, this is a clown build, all right. And I'm like, oh, yeah, fair. So I will say this. I've played around with the idea of Thanatophobia Dying Light, and the problem with Dying Light isn't technically the way Dying Light is, it's the numbers behind Dying Light. In order to get Dying Light to actually have any noticeable effect on the game, you've essentially got to get like 9 hooks, like 7 to 9 hooks, and then you start to see it show up in places. And that's so bad for a perk. It's essentially a perk that says, hey, I want you to have already effectively won the game before I actually start to give you any benefit. And that's like, no, that's just bad. I don't think that's a good perk design. And if it's a good perk design, it's not a good perk design for competitive play in any stretch of imagination. Thanatophobia is just far better in my opinion. That said, I don't really know what they were going for. Again, no Cigar Box. I think if you're going to play Clown now, I would definitely play with Cigar Box if you have access to all of his add-ons. The ability to read auras is really, really nice when you're searching around. I think it's just one of his better add-ons for just by far. We didn't see them use the antidote bottle at all, so that means I'm guessing they're not used to playing the new Clown. I'm not really sure. Because we saw the other day, I think it was, who was it, Guiltspire that brought Clown? Or is it Zappies that brought Clown? Someone brought Clown the other day and actually had a really good showing with Clown. So it's not like Clown's just dead in the water, but you got to utilize more of the kit. Like I like the reload speed up, but it's not enough. I don't know. I don't know why you'd bring Huntress Lullaby. That just seems weird to me. Like, for one thing, I still think for the most part, Undying is better. They didn't bring another totem with Thrill of the Hunt. So, wait, was it Huntress Lullaby or Thrill of the Hunt?
What was that?
Which one was it? Was it
Huntress
what
Lullaby.
was the hex again? Was it? Okay, I was about to say, I thought it was Thrill of the Hunt for a second. I was like, wait, what? Okay, Huntress Lullaby would have been better on Doctor. I'm
Actually,
not really sure.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have been better on Doctor. I mean, Doctor's already confusing as hell with everything that goes on in your head and like all the confusing stuff that happens. So maybe that could work against, getting some missed skill checks. But again, we're talking about competitive play, and competitive play, these people are going to be used to whatever we struggle with on pubs. So,
and on top of that,
I mean, yeah,
like since Tide's not here to say it, you didn't get enough hooks to actually make it worthwhile. So
And he failed to use Pop Goes the
Didn't
Weasel
work
multiple
out.
times. It was rather sad. Like there was a couple times where he got that hook, and then he just didn't go and use Pop Goes the Weasel at all. He just completely disregarded it. It got the cooldown, and then he went and kicked gens without it. And I mean, that's just basically useless. That to me, kicking gens without Pop Goes the Weasel, unless there's like a really, really good reason to, is a complete waste of your time. You might as well just go on a chase.
Yeah, just really tough. I don't know. I think they also panicked a bit because they stopped committing to chases. There was no gen pressure. Honestly, with these perks, I would kind of feel lost too. It's like, okay, what do I have for myself? I don't have a lot of pressure. They broke one of my perks. The not dying light isn't going to get value until I start hooking survivors. Just
Yeah, that's where I struggled too when I was doing commentary, because I was looking at the build and I was thinking, well, what can the clown do here other than his ability? And honestly, not a whole lot, because he just doesn't have any synergy in his build for the most part.
that was tough. That was really tough. This is not a killer I would have taken into a game where essentially you needed to at least try and bridge the gap between the points so your survivors have a shot to pull the game back. Because now I don't think the survivors can come back from this. Like, okay, it's 38 to 69, right? You're down by 31 points.
Nice.
Technically, you can bring that back, but in no reasonable sense could I see you bringing it back. That means you have to deny the killer hooks, a ton of blood points in addition, and you finish your gens, get a 4-man escape, get the hatch, get the 2 gates, like, and against PGS's killer, I don't see that happening here. Just unfortunate. Real zap. Okay, so Zappies was the one that brought the clown last time. Zappies said that he will give free clown lessons to anyone that wants to learn how to play clown.
Oh, that's
appreciated.
Thank you very much, Zappies. We appreciate that.
I might take
guess
you up on that.
If you want some clown tips, go DM the real Zappies. I actually wouldn't mind that either. Might actually try to hit you up for that one. But
yeah, there's a bunch of builds. There's a bunch of builds I would have taken in place of this. Like pop. If you're gonna do pop duel, don't do dying light panatophobia. Yeah, what is it? Hunter's Lullaby. Do like thrilling tremors, surge. Just other gen regression perks or aggro, something. I don't know.
I mean,
unfortunate.
If I can, I think this was a bad choice from the outset, because I mean, Doctor and Clown are very similar. Like, we know that their powers are basically the same kind of idea, right? It's to deny chase. It's anti-looping, and I think the problem was, after you saw the Doctor game fail miserably, choosing to bring Clown anyway, I would have been rethinking my strategy and thinking, no, maybe we should bring, Spirit or Freddy or something that's a little stronger than just these anti-loop killers, because obviously they didn't really struggle that much. Now, yeah, okay, they went down a couple times, and of course he kind of went down after he finished coughing. But the thing is, he just struggled to make any headway at all. These survivors did really, really well against the Clown and the Doctor. And knowing that they were so strong against Doctor, I would have definitely reconsidered that. I'm not trying to say Clown and Doctor are identical. They have similar powers, but not identical powers.
They both have chase, but the benefit to Doctor is, like, in addition to chase, you also get tracking. So
right, and a whole bunch of other neat things that Doctor can do.
Yeah, this would definitely been a time to pop out like an S or A tier killer and just try and go for the 4K and just try and get your team back into the game. Unfortunate, because yeah, I don't see a foreseeable way for D-Hop to get back into this, barring penalties and 5-gen 4-man escape, 2 gates, 1 hatch, no hooks.
I mean, Goblin is a pretty decent killer. He's not as high on the leaderboard as he was last season, but in this season, I think he's still on the top 10, I think? I have to look at it again, but I'm pretty sure he's up there. And so, I mean, I really don't think they're going to be able to get... No, not a full 4-man.
Yeah.
If he even gets more than 4 hooks, I think it's game over for this team. I don't even think he needs to get a kill to do it, but a 4 hook, 5 hook game would probably do it for him.
Yeah, just unfortunate. I have no words now. I just wouldn't have brought Clown, wouldn't have brought that build, and it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oof.
Do we have next lobby going? Is Gothorgy coming up again?
We do, yes. Gothorgy's coming out again. I wonder what he's going to bring. I mean, he brought Plague the first time. I'm wondering if he's going to bring something like a Legion this time around, because, I mean, he seems to like survivors injured, so... We'll see what his thoughts are. Oh, yes, we do. But, I mean, he likes to keep them broken and injured, and that seems to be one of his sort of... the Gothorgy meta, I suppose. We'll see what he does this time around. Of course, I don't think we're going to see any penalties from this team because
probably not.
Pretty Good Fang is one of the league organizers, and she is also the captain of Pretty Good Squad, and is basically like she helped write the rules. So I don't think we're going to see any of those issues from this team. So yeah,
fair.
Speaking of rules, that's how you do a segue, Rue. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again with Week 4 matchup. Conference rivals Pagus and Hop. And yeah, we're going to be going into trial number 4 in just a moment. As we prepare for this last game of the trial, there is potential for D-Hop to come back, but it's a very, very extreme circumstance, and they have to work very hard to do it, maximizing their points as much as possible and denying as many to the killer as possible as well. So we come into Ash Black. Another Plague. He brings Plague again. That is a toxic move right there. And let's see how he does with that, as he's going to start immediately by opening the doors in the Cold Tower. Probably not a bad decision early on in the game, actually. I ain't gonna lie, I hate those doors. I think everybody hates these doors. And he's also going to start with peeking on the generator. And all the doors in here open now. So this is a very unsafe building for these survivors already. And again, I think working on a 3-gen as well. He's looking around. We see Corrupt Intervention, which is fairly standard. It's also a teachable of the Plague, which is a fun fact for you guys. Also, hack facts, ! Hack facts in the chat if you want to get some hack facts. And so we see him also working on that 3-gen. So he does have the... okay, I will work on that really fast. He does have a 3-gen, very solid over there in that side of the map, and he is going to work on that, I'm sure, and try to protect it as much as possible. He does immediately start in a chase with Francis and gets a hit on Young Flex. Now both of them vomity injured. Let's see how they play with that one. The first time they didn't do too well against Plague. I mean, they got a 2-man escape, but it wasn't fantastic play. I mean, like, it was a fairly even game, I guess you could say. I mean, they won, but it was still fairly even. Now, Young Flex does go down inside the TNL loop, and that is going to be a hook for Gothorgy, which I don't know. Again, I don't know if the score is going to be close enough for that to even matter, but we'll find out just how close it is. If they can get all 5 generators done and get all 4 people out, maybe they can win this, but very unlikely.
So I'm guessing that Gothorgy is bringing Plague because they want to show, like, okay, I can get a 4K with this. Because I think they were displeased about last game.
He might be feeling that. There's also one other door. God, there's a lot of breakable doors in the Cold Tower. Jeez, that's like a small...
it's so annoying.
It's such a small building, and there's like 5 breakable walls in that building. What the heck? Anyway, going on the chase with Billy Boy, Game Changer 201, who does get a stun on Gothorgy, trying to do a mind game around it, but Bill waiting for the stun. Is now going to run away off to the left and work his way to a jungle gym. He also sees scratch marks of another survivor and works his way around inside the pallet. Gets Bill caught out a little bit. Not going to get the hit on Bill. And let's see what the survivors are doing as we do that really quick. Another gen at 90%. They're going to get 2 gens done in just a moment. And the Plague kind of respected the pallet, and again, backing up away. Might actually have been able to catch the Bill there, but kind of made a bit of a mistake, I think, in respecting the pallet. And he is going to abandon the Bill chase, which may be not the wrong play. And again, we see that broken status effect coming into play once the survivors get fully sick. And he is now chasing after Daytara 101, who is maybe going to take an M1. No, he is opting out of that until he gets to the pallet. He wanted to make sure that she got as sick as possible, I think. And chasing after continuously on Daytara through one of these jungle gyms as she works her way around. Ooh, and going back the other way. He tries to go for the hit in the swing and misses it just barely. She goes around the wrong way. A nice mind game by Gothorgy. Daytara going to go around outside and get downed. And that is going to be second hook for Gothorgy, which may already be enough for them to win this. But of course, Gothorgy, being the Gothorgy he is not going to give up on that and going to continue to pressure these survivors, of course. As he works his way back towards this side of the map, seeing survivors kind of going to get a grip. Go, getting a corrupt purge. Okay, so he might get Bill down quick as well.
So
this
close.
time, he might actually be able to get Bill down. Let's see if he is. No, he's going to abandon the chase on Bill again. And I think Bill might be going in for the unhook. Instead, going for the young flex. And Nia going backpacking out here into the wilderness. Might actually go down with the corrupt purge. Does a nice little juke outside of it and misses just barely. Very well played. Daytara now off the hook as well. They're going to be working over towards the generator, trying to get him completed. And Plague, again, going to abandon chase. 3 generators done with only 2 hooks. Gothorgy is struggling a little bit, but he might actually get some downs here. He gets 1 down on one of the survivors. Daytara going down. There are a lot of survivors here. Gets another down on Game Changer as well, and the pallet. That is 2 downs, 2 slugs, and he's not giving up yet. He wants to go for another one. His corrupt purge is just about done, but he can very easily get an M1 and get these survivors down as well. And instead of opting to do that, he is going to abandon that and instead go for his 2-man hook. He might actually just hook 1 and leave the other one on the ground right here and camp this out, but let's see how he plays it. Yeah, he is actually going to leave that other one slugged and maybe proxy camp this area, going instead for Francis Ashblack, who was working around the outside of the killer shack, going in for the pallet. Going to drop the pallet early in front of Plague. Plague going to have to kick it in order to get through. Not having any more corrupt, won't be able to hit him through that. As we see also Daytara getting off the hook. And Bill working his way around to a dead zone. May have borrowed time. Was he on the hook? I think he was, right?
Mm-hmm, he was.
Yeah, and he does end up going down again. No borrowed time, unfortunately, so that is it for him. Another down. Gothorgy turning this game around. A little bit of the snowball that we talked about earlier. He is finally getting it this time. See if we can switch over to who's in chase right now. Who is it? Who is the one in chase? So Francis is getting picked up, or picking up Bill. Oh gosh, Gothorgy's all over the place. He is he's abandoning chase again. I am having trouble keeping up with Gothorgy. He is just moving and moving and moving. Keeping me confused, possibly confusing these survivors as well. Now Francis again in the chase around this unsafe area, and of course Bamboozle might actually win this one for him. He's going to have to abandon the shack and go for another play. Once again, these survivors not looking behind them. He might actually go down right here. He does. Looking behind, he would have prevented that, but he ends up missing it, dropping the pallet and going down on the inside. Oof. Oh my goodness. And another down on Daytara, a quick one, not even needing to mind game, just walks right up to her and downs her. I think she kind of mind gamed herself a little bit. So
I'm
that
actually
is
surprised they
second
committed.
hook.
I'm surprised they committed so long to Ashblack because they weren't hooked yet. So this late in the game, you definitely want to go for second hook, like right there on Daytara. So
absolutely. So I mean, he did get him down, but that was a very long commit. But there's still 2 gens remaining. And we do see some tenacity on Ashblack. And he hears the Bill vomiting over here, who does drop the pallet early as well. And Bill going into the shack. Now, once again, there is no shack pallet. He's going to vault through with quick and quiet. And Bill may or may not make it to this pallet. He does almost, but goes down just before the pallet drops. Oh, you hate to see it. And he's going to leave the Bill slugged as well, who would be on second hook if he hooks him. But he's trying to pressure the gens, I think, to prevent them from getting done. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to go back for Ashblack, I think, once again. And pressured him off the gen. I think might have kicked the gen possibly with Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm not sure if he still had it or not. And then chases the other survivors off their gen too. So he's giving a lot of survivor pressure at the moment. And going to be chasing after Young Flex, who is working her way kind of to a dead zone. And she would be on second hook if she gets downed also. And we also see Francis is back up off the ground. Lesbian Love says, we should rename everyone to Francis to help Poggy. That actually would help me quite a bit. If everybody was named Francis, it would be a lot easier. So Francis now on second hook, and we see Francis over here working on a generator. Francis going down right outside the, the hill. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop. Anyway, Bill now on the ground, game changer. And, oh, Ash Black going down once again. But that'll still only be a first hook for that is Francis, right? Isn't that a Francis?
Yes.
See, I'm
Francis,
not crazy.
yes.
I almost did a Felix, though.
This is pressure. There's only one
This is a lot
survivor,
of
and
pressure.
they are broken.
There are two
Ooh.
survivors on the ground right
Yeah, they
now.
are.
One of them's broken and injured, and the other one is on the hook. But he does manage to get one of them up. Bill getting up off the ground. He's going to go back down again, but at the same time, that gives the other one enough time to get over there and maybe get the other one off the ground as well, or maybe even get the unhook. But no, she doesn't get away. She gets off to a bad place, and that is a full four-man slug. But Ash Black gets off the ground as well. I think he might have had Unbreakable. And it's going to get the unhook on Young Flex. Another recovery by this team. Just barely able to pull it up. But Daytara dead on hook. Now on third hook, gone out of the game. This could be the full four-man that Gothagy wanted. He is definitely holding this game down and holding these survivors hostage. Bill going to be on second hook. I hear that gen's pretty far along. They may actually commit to it in his face. I don't know. They want the points for sure, but it's not far along enough, I don't think, to be able to actually commit to it. So instead, he's going to have him leave it. And Nia working her way back to the Bill, but I think got spotted by Gothagy. She's going to quick and quiet over the vault and get alive as well to get some extra distance. Ash Black instead going to work his way towards the Killer Shack. As well as Nia. Nia's over here, too. Goes into a locker. What is the locker play all about? Let's find out. Is that a decisive strike play? It is, and that is going to be a DS on Gothagy. Gothagy, I think, knew that. Doesn't give a crap and takes it anyway. This may give them a chance to at least get the generators done, but we don't see anything popping, so that time didn't really do a whole lot for them yet. Let's see what goes on now. This one also pretty far along. About 50%.
They were working on a variety of gens. I'm surprised none of them have popped yet.
They are. It's similar to how pretty good squad is what I was going to say. It's similar how PGS, they did their gens last game. They were kind of spreading out the gen pressure for the killer as well. Like they had like 4 gens worked on all at once. And I think Francis is going to go down as well. Yeah, Francis goes down quick around a tree, and that's going to be a first hook still for Ash Black. Wow. Yeah. He has not been hooked yet. He keeps getting down but not hooked. But now that is his first hook.
He's been down like 3 different times.
The Slug King Gothagy.
Ash Black is Slug King. Oh.
And Young Flex working on their gen now at 70% again, but I don't know that there's much they can do at this point. This is very close, but I think Young Flex might have cleansed or healed. Which one is it? Do you know? I wasn't really paying attention to that part. I might have missed that.
They cleansed a while back.
Ah, okay. So Young Flex fully healed up and cleansed. Game Changer and Ash Black still working on their gen and together, by the way, and we're going to see a Corrupt Purge now coming back into play as well. DS can be missed. If you guys watch the intro again, there was a missed decisive strike in the season finale last season. So, yeah. Anyway, Ash Black 85 going down again, a second down, and being slugged again as well. The poor guy. That sucks. Oh, I know how much that sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And he does actually almost get him a bill using the cleanse thing to his ability to get out of the, out of the ability. Wow.
Does Bill have windows of opportunity?
Does he? I didn't see. He
I
does,
thought-
yeah.
What?
I like that perk. That's probably one of my favorite Striver perks. And Young
Ooh.
Flex going down and going to be on third hook. This is probably going to be a full 4-man kill. Ooh, but they do finish all the generators, so maybe not the kills we expected. Phenomenal play. This Survivor Squad managing to stay alive for a very, very long time. And they're both cleansed as well, so all they have to do is get one of the exits open. Now, neither of them are currently working on an exit, which does spell trouble for them, as the killer can now micromanage both exit gates.
Plot twist, he has Noed. Taking Noed on the plague. Just calling it.
I don't think Gothorgy is a no-ed gamer.
Well, so the thought is, whenever you get 5 gens done, everyone mass cleanses. Whoever's alive mass cleanses. So Noed would actually be hilarious because they spent time cleansing. IMO.
And he does find Bill. Bill may be going to go down. I think no matter what, this could be a one-man escape with Francis or Bill getting out, but I really doubt it'll be both. Bill going down, though, and that's going to be a third hook for Bill if he goes for the down or the actual hook yet. He's not. He's going for the 4-man slug, but it may not matter. But Francis isn't working on an exit gate. Oh, that's a problem. That is a big problem. He should have been going for one of these exit gates for sure.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. The chat is exploding now against Alfredomo, they were saying, why isn't DS banned? And I was saying, of course, someone missed the DS in the finals of last season, and they said, well, who was that? And Alfredomo was like, it was on the line. Oh yeah, whatever, Alfredomo. Anyway,
leave Domo Sensei alone. Domo Sensei did nothing wrong.
On the line or over the line? On the line or over the line? Anyway, Francis finally working on an exit gate and is going to get out, and that's going to be a third hook for Game Changer and a 9-10 hook game for Gothorgy. Wow.
Why are
a
they
phenomenal
waiting? Just
score
leave.
by BGS. I don't know why he's waiting. I don't know. These guys are weird. That is GG's, folks. A blowout game from PGS against D-Hop. Phenomenal plays on the Survivor Squad for D-Hop, but they really struggled from their killer side. Had their killer side been a bit stronger, I think we would have seen a much closer game. That is unfortunate. I mean, Gothorgy definitely did a good showing. He struggled a little bit with his plague, but at the same time, did excellently, getting a 2K and then a 3K. We're going to do a post-game review in just a moment after these scores are tallied, and then we'll talk about the build as well, Crypt Intervention, Bamboozle, Pop Goose the Weasel, and Thanatophobia, with, of course, the Severed Toe and Vile Emetic. So those are the 2 add-ons he brought. And real quick, we're going to do our post-game review and be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Weech for conference rivals, Pretty Good Squad, and D-Hop. This is your post-game review of trial number 4. This is what you witnessed, folks. 5 generators getting done in this game again, as usual. I think that happened in every single game today with a 1-man escape, though. Not an excellent showing from the survivors, though, on the escape, though, because they weren't able to get a full 4-man. So decent, though. 93-55 in favor of PGS outside, and that is going to be a fantastic game. PGS is, of course, convicted of murder. So well done, PGS. Congratulations, and that's GG's. We're going to do a little bit of post-game review, and then we'll be out of here. So, Rue, take us through some of these highlights, and then give us an out.
So I got to say, chat again is spicy. Wow, man slugged all game, gets out of game. That's fair. They were slugged the entire game practically and still managed to get out. That's oof. Oh man.
Also, really quick, I want to apologize to everybody. My English it's nasty. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. I don't know if it's broken or if I'm dying inside, but I'm going to try to bring it back next week. Try to get some sleep or something. Anyway, take us through some of these highlights.
You took an arrow to the Warnickies area.
I think that might have been it.
Maybe. So let's see here. We got So I will say I'm not entirely surprised that the Plague came back at the end, because Plague is definitely somewhat of a late bloomer, if you will. Just takes a long time for them to get that snowball going. But once they decide to, switch it on, which when they turned the Corrupt Purge on, it was a 3-man, one person on hook, 2 men slugged, and he was on the prowl for that last person. They struggled to get people up from that. And then after that, it just never fully came back from it. They never were able to reset, because again, Plague denies you quite a bit of reset potential. But again, the trade-off is, they're an M1 killer for most of the game. So really, really strong showing. I think Gothurgy definitely got what they came here for, to, show off, hey, look at... This is what Plague actually does. If I had actually got those hit with the vomit last game, because, I didn't. So, yeah. Really, really good showing from Gothurgy. Much better than the first Plague game. I'm both surprised and not surprised that they brought Plague back to back. I find that very funny. But good job. And again, Survivors were doing a fantastic job, too, because they were constantly... how would you say? They're constantly applying pressure back. Like, they never stopped trying to rotate the gens through Thanatophobia, doubling down on gens when they had to. Just really good job.
I mean, they recovered really twice from like a full 4-man slug. I mean, it was pretty nutty. The thing is, I just feel like their killer comp is absolutely disastrous. Their D-Hop has a fantastic Survivor squad, as we can see. They're not doing terrible at all. They have a lot of great plays. I mean, they made some mistakes, naturally. They're not quite, CDM level, but at the same time, they did really, really well. It's their killer side. Their killer side needs work, and that's where they're not comp ready for their killer side.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what happened on that end. That was tough to watch. I felt bad. I will say, I know people are reaching out and say, "Hey, I do coaching, so definitely something you can work on." Like, I wasn't a good killer for the longest time. It took me hundreds of hours of practice to get to where I am, and I've still got plenty of ways to go. So you can never stop improving, I think. Even like one of the great killers, King Blood, if you will.
Yeah, yesterday you struggled. You really struggled. I mean, that was...
Oh, man.
Oof, I felt so bad commenting on
that.
We
do not talk about yesterday. Oh, goodness, anyway. Man. No, really well done for PGS. Really strong victory, and I think they earned it. They did a really good job tonight. I don't have much more I can go on, honestly. They did a really good job. Really well done.
A pretty really good job.
So far. Anyway. I guess that's all we got for the week. That was week 4, so now week 5 starting Wednesday, correct? What's our first game? Do we know the schedule yet?
No.
No, not yet? Okay.
We will update the schedule on the website.
Yep. We will know. Hopefully we'll be back Wednesday sometime, 7 or 10, one of the two, but we'll be back soon. Week 5 incoming. You've been watching Vigo's Score. This has been week 4 conference rivals. We will see you next time. I've been Little Rugard, your judge. This has been Counselor Poggy.
Shut up!
We're going to be streaming right after this. Whoa, what? What?
Don't forget, Saturday at 10, we're having a very big game with CDM versus Loop Artists. That's the one we do know is on the schedule. It's at 10 p.m. I just
said
it.
It's at 10 p.m.? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one we know for sure right now.
Okay.
And yes, we will be
fair.
streaming after this. We're going to raid Rugard. You can go start up your thing. I'll leave it on long enough for you to get it on. And then we're going to go stream on his channel. I'm going to be streaming on my channel. !Ru if you want to go there as well. !Poggy to my channel. And we're going to be going there after this. So
we're going to be doing some Swift. I'm going to be trolling Poggy and sandbagging him. We're going to be, I'm going to sandbag him so good. You guys won't even know what happened. It's going to be great.
He thinks.
I think? How dare you?
Shut up.
So before the first gen even pops, trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. an instant down.